All right, let's finish our outlook on teams. And we're going to the NFC now. The Dallas Cowboys last year went 12-5. Pretty good. Their over and under this year is 10.5. The Cowboys have finished 12-5 during each of the last 3 seasons, but after not making any significant moves, some bettors may be thinking about the under. So, man, that's 10.5. That hits it on the head. Like, but they didn't done it the last 3 seasons. When you think about who's in the division, Eagles gonna do what they do. Giants trash. Washington, they trash. But they improved. I feel like maybe they might lose one or two more games. So that's why I said that 10.5 is kind of on the mark. It didn't get any better though. I I think they'll hit 10, probably hit 11 knowing them. I just think that's dead on the mark. I feel like maybe they'll hit 11 wins this season. I don't think they'll hit 12 again. But that 10.5 dead on the mark because I can see they going 10 or 11. Fantasy wise, I'm expecting Dak to do his thing. He might have even better season than last year. Like their run game, trash. Got rid of Pollard. They roll it with Ezekiel Elliott and Rico Dotto, and they just signed Delvin Cook. So we'll see how that goes. That backfield don't look promising whatsoever. You got CD Lamb, who just got paid, and we're expecting CD Lamb to continue to do CD Lamb, but they did not get better at the wide receiver position. Still got Brandon Cooks, who continue to get older. Brandon Cooks is now 30. You got Jalen Tolbert as a starter on the depth chart, and yeah, that's not gonna cut it. He haven't ever done anything. It's just not gonna cut it. Jake Ferguson at tight end. Okay, so we'll we'll see. I'm looking for them to take a step back this year. So whether that's 1 or 2 games, um, maybe win the first game in the playoffs and exit after that in true Cowboys fashion. And I mean, let's be real. The Cowboy fans, as a Cowboys fan, if you're being realistic, you can't feel optimistic about the season. You know your team didn't get better from last year. They did not take a step towards getting better, towards trying to trying to become a Super Bowl contender. So yeah, right now y'all trying to figure out what is it gonna be next year. And I hear some people saying, they're gonna go get Shador Sanders, and I'm like, how? They're gonna have to trade a lot to get it because their team not gonna be that bad enough to get an early pick. They're not gonna be that bad. So if the plan is to start the tank, it's let that go after this year. Roll with Trey Lance as a starter. Have a bad season, then go get you a good quarterback. I don't think this was the season y'all should have just said, forget, stop improving. Y'all should have, through sign some free agents for this season, and then did the total tank after this season, like a total tank. That's what you should have did. But it is what it is. Is there? I can't think of any sleepers on this team, fantasy wise. Who's going to who's going to outproduce the ADP? Of course, it could definitely be one of the running backs. If the running back is halfway decent, they can outproduce their ADP. And just in case, I doubt it's going to happen, but just in case it does happen, I really like the talent of Deuce Vaughn. I just think no one believes he can play in this league. Usually coaches have a bias and they believe a play, just off a player's size, they're not able to play. But I do think he probably the most talented running back on their roster.